Hello lovelies, welcome back again. This is the second part of this tutorial and you can see how my recreation turned out. I absolutely love it. So here I'm going to continue with the sewing tutorial. I'll show how I cut out all the pieces on the fabric and joined everything together. So please do well to watch this video to the end. Like this video, share, subscribe to my channel if you haven't. And with that being said, let's get straight into it. So I made use of 2 yards of this crepe fabric, just 2 yards. So I had to really manage the fabric, and it is by 60 inches in length. So please work based on your size. I also have this lace fabric, 1.5 yards. This is what I used to make the little top, the long sleeve turtleneck that I wore inside the dress, as you saw in the intro. I'm just placing that aside. I just wanted to show that. I also have this lining that I used to line just the upper part of this dress. I have my interfacing stay. I have my wording that I'll be using to pad the bust area of the dress. I have my zip, thread, bias. I'll be using this bias just to make the lacing ropes. I have my boning. This is the non-sewable boning I made use of. And I'm just going to be attaching this to the center back area where I'll have my loops. So you know this is kind of like a semi-corset. I also have some beads here that will be attached to the front part of the dress around the neckline and a little around the skirt design. So I'm just going to place my fabric on a fold here, and then I'll bring the pieces of pattern paper I've cut out. So please, if you have not watched the first part of this tutorial that has the pattern drafting, please do well to check that out so that you can follow up from here. So for the center front to be cut on a fold, as I'm placing it at the folded edge of my fabric, I have the side front right beside it. I'll be cutting out 2 pieces. I have the side back and the center back. Now I'm going ahead to add 0.5 inches of allowance all around the center back, and then the side back except for the side seam areas, the side front as well except for the side seam, because that already has our sewing allowance. And then for the center front that's placed on the folded edge, I added 0.5 inches all around the other parts. So I'll just proceed to cut everything out. Alright, I'm already done cutting it out at this point. I have the center front and side front pieces. I have the center back and side back pieces. So I'm just making notches at the center back and side back, the parts where they're supposed to be joined together, so I don't get confused when I want to sew it. Now I'll go ahead and cut out my skirt pieces. So this is for the front skirt piece. I've placed my fabric on a fold because the front skirt is meant to be on a fold, right? So I'm going to go ahead and add the length of my skirt. On the paper is short, so it did not get the entire length of the skirt. So I'm cutting out 45 inches in total, including allowance and all, for the length of the skirt. So I'll cut the front and back skirt pieces off camera, and this is it after I was done cutting. Please check the previous tutorial that has the pattern drafting so you don't get confused. Now I've added the full length of the skirt. I'll place that aside while I start sewing the top pieces. So bringing back the top pieces, I'll go ahead and cut out lining for all those top pieces. I'm not cutting out lining for the skirt, just for the top parts. And then I'll iron my stay on both the lining and the main fabric pieces, but let me just cut out the lining pieces first. Okay, now for the back part, I want to have like a modesty panel, I think that's what it's called, inside my corset where I have the space so that it can just cover up my skin when I put on the dress. So I'll go ahead and use my lining piece to cut that out. I'm just showing here that I've cut out the lining pieces for all these top pieces, right? So to cut out the modesty panel, I'll be using my lining, that's the fabric for my lining, to cut that out, because I told you I'm working with only 2 yards of fabric, so it was not enough for me to cut out my modesty panel. So I'll just go ahead and cut out a square. Basically, there's nothing much here. Just cut out a square long enough to cover your center back, and the fabric should be wide enough to stay inside the dress after you've laced your corset. So I'm just cutting out a long square with the length of my back piece. So I don't have any particular measurements for this. You can see what I've cut out. It should just be a basic square with the same length of your back piece and wide enough to stay put inside your dress after you've worn it. So placing the modesty panel between the 2 back pieces, you can see how it overlaps the center back piece and is long enough to extend beyond the center back where you're going to have your lacing. I hope you can see the vision already, and I hope you understand. Now I cut that modesty panel on a fold just so that I can line it. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish it up neatly and turn it over to the right side. I'll go ahead and iron my stay now on all these pieces except for the modesty panel. So you can see what I have done. I also cut out wording to pad the bust area. I'm sorry I did not film that, but I have other tutorials where I showed how I cut that out. So now I'll go ahead and just sew the front pieces together. So placing the side front pieces on the center front, just go ahead and use 1/2 inch to join them together. And whatever I'm doing for the main fabric pieces, I'm going to do that for the lining pieces as well. I'll join the center front and the side front together along the dart line. So this is it here after joining it. I also went ahead to iron the seams open so that everything can lay flat. This is the lining piece as well after joining it together. Now I'll just place this aside so I can join the back. So bringing in the back pieces, I'll join the center back and side back together. Always make notches or you mark your fabrics, especially for fabrics that look the same on all sides, so you don't have any issues when you're about sewing them together. So I'll just join the center back and side back together for the two sides of the back. What I'm doing for the main fabric is the same thing I'll do for the lining pieces as well. Then for one part of the lining piece, let's say the left side, I'm going to attach the modesty panel in between the center back and side back piece. So it is going to be in the middle where I'm supposed to have the joining of the center back and side back. I'll just insert the modesty panel inside there. I'll leave 1/2 inch at the top and 1/2 inch at the bottom so that I can turn it over with the lining or with the main fabric and to attach it to the skirt. So I'll just leave 1/2 inch of allowance above and below, insert the modesty panel and join the center and side back together right at that point with the modesty panel inside, right? So don't forget to finish it up neatly before you attach it. So this is what I have here after joining the pieces of the back together. You can see the main fabric pieces and you can see the lining pieces. Now take note that the modesty panel is attached to the lining piece and not the main fabric piece, so that it ends up being inside the dress. Okay, now I'll proceed to attach the front and the back pieces together at the side seams. So placing them together right sides facing, I'll go ahead and just use my pins to hold it in place and use 1.25 inches to sew it down, because that's the allowance I added on my paper. So please do well to always also confirm your allowance or your measurements rather before sewing your side seam, because sometimes I don't know the magic that used to happen, but there's always extra. So please always confirm your measurements. Now I'll do the same thing for the lining pieces separately. So you can see the main fabric here joined on the side and you can see the lining joined on the side as well. Now I'll place the lining on the main fabric right sides together. I'll make sure that my modesty panel is inserted inside, and then I'll go ahead and sew all around the edges except for the hem, that's for the lower part. I don't need to sew that. I'll use that to turn it over to the right side, and I'll be attaching this to the skirt part. So I'm just going to use 1/2 inch to sew the center back and the top and the other center back, and this is it here. Now go ahead and make notches all around, because you know we have a wavy neckline there, so that it is very easy to have the exact shape when I turn it over to the front. Now I'll turn it over to the front, give it a very good press. I didn't show all that process. Now I'm going to go ahead and sew the panels for my boning, or the casing for my boning. So like I mentioned earlier, I'm going to only be inserting my boning to the center back where I'll have my eyelets. So from the center back, I'm measuring in 0.5 inches. I'll mark that straight down to the end. I'll roll a straight line down, and this is where I'll be sewing a straight stitch for my first boning case. Then from there, I'm going to measure in 0.75 inches. This 0.75 inches is the space where my eyelets are going to be inserted or are going to be fixed. And then from that 0.75 inches, I'll measure inwards 0.5 inches again, and this is my second boning case. So I'll pass my boning through this first and last space of 0.5 inches, and my eyelets are going to be between the two boning cases. So I'll do what I've done here for the right side to the left side of the center back. So you can see here I'm done sewing my boning channels or boning casing, and my eyelets have been fixed as well. Now I'm just going to place this aside while we work on the skirt part. So you know that there are like ruched extra fabrics on top of the main skirt. So I'm going to use my pattern paper to cut that out. So this is like the only reason I used pattern to cut out my skirt piece. I would have just done it directly on the fabric. I think it's better to explain with pattern paper. So I'll measure down 13 inches from my waist, which is about 5 inches below the hip. This is where I want the extra fabric to stop. So I'll go ahead and cut that out. and then I'll bring in my fabric, place it on a fold. This is for the front part. I'll bring the pattern paper now and place it back on the fabric, and then I'll go ahead and slash and spread. So I just did this as a guide so that I can have the shape of the waist to hip, you get. So I'll just slash the skirt piece to have about 4 pieces, and then I'm going to place an allowance of 2 inches between each piece of paper. So this is how long I want it to be. Now the more allowance you add, the more fabric you have and the more pleats you have. So the fabric that you have on top of the main fabric of the dress is fuller, okay? So you have a fuller ruched or pleated effect, but I'm just going to use only 2 inches because I have only 2 yards of fabric, so my fabric was barely enough for me. Now I'll go ahead and just cut from the side, following the shape of the waist and hip. Now please take note, don't just increase the length of the fabric, also slash and spread for the width. Increase the width of your fabric by about 3 or 4 inches, because by the time you're making this bow design, squeezing the fabric at the center this way, the waist tends to go inwards, and also for the lower part too, it tends to go inwards, so it's going to be dragging the rest of your fabric and making it squeeze and look very terrible. So please increase the width of the fabric by about 3 or 4 inches. I didn't put that out here because I noticed it late, so I had to change mine. So please take note. Thank you so much. Now moving on to the back, I'll measure down 13 inches from the waist downwards, which is about 5 inches from the hip line, just like I did for the front. I'm just going to cut out that point there, and then I'll place my fabric on the fold again, although I'm cutting out 2 separate pieces for this back skirt. So I'm just going to place it on the fold so I can cut it out at once, okay? So I'm just going to make reference to the front piece that I just cut out. I want to get the exact length I used there. I know I spread between each piece of paper about 2 inches, but now I'm just going to bring in the fabric and measure what I have, and I have about 20.5 inches. So I'll take that measurement from the top of my back skirt piece so that I just have a guide on where to spread and where I'm stopping, if you understand. So it can be more, but you're eventually going to pleat it or ruche it back to 13 inches from the waist downwards. So I'm just going to spread my paper this way, and I'll cut it out following the shape of the back, that's the center back, and following the shape of the side as well, so that everything just aligns properly. I'm done cutting it now, and I'll take out the pieces of paper and mark which part is the back of this fabric, because these fabrics can be so tricky. So the back pieces for these pleated fabrics are going to be pleated at the center back and at the side back, and there's not going to be any bow design made at the middle of any of these pieces, so there's no point increasing the width. So I advise that I increase the width for the front because of the bow design that's going to be at the center front of this extra fabric. Hope you get. Now I'm just going to measure from the waist down on the main fabric 13 inches. I'll mark that, and then I'll measure it on this other side. I'm marking this on our main skirt piece, and I'm marking this on the right side of the fabric. So I'm placing the wrong side of the pleated fabric, or the fabric to be pleated, on the right side of the main skirt fabric. So go ahead and finish up the ends of this extra fabric very well, and then you make your pleats on both sides. It doesn't have to be even, just make random pleats there, and then you go ahead and squeeze up this middle or scrunch up the middle this way. You can see how the waist is still squeezing inwards. This was when I knew there was a mistake and I had to increase the width. So this is what I have for the front. I'm just going to sew a straight stitch on both sides there where I have used my pins to make those pleats. Now I'm coming to the back. I'll place the extra fabric I've cut out on top of it on the right side of the main skirt fabric, okay? I'll measure down 13 inches because it's also 13 inches for the back. I'll measure it at the center back and at the side back, and then I'll go ahead and finish up the ends of this extra fabric very well. Make my pleats at the center back and make my pleats at the side back. So just evenly distribute your pleats to the center and to the side. So this is what I have for the front after making the pleats and securing it with a straight stitch, and this is what I have for the back pieces as well after making the pleats and sewing it with a straight stitch. Now just to show you how the front skirt piece is going to look, I'm just going to squeeze up the center of this extra fabric on top. I'll use a little rope to tie it, making a bow at the center front. Now if you look closely, you see where I attached an extra fabric. That's why I'm emphasizing again, please increase the width of your fabric when you're slashing and spreading. Now I'll go ahead and attach the front and the back pieces together on the side seam with about 1.25 inches of allowance, and this is what I have after joining the skirt pieces together. And now it's time to join the top and the skirt together. I'm just going to make sure that this extra fabric for the bow doesn't get in the way, and then I'll bring in the top pieces that I have joined together already and place it right sides together with the skirt. So I'm just going to make sure that the side seams align very well. So just try to make sure that your side seams are aligning properly. I'll use my pins to hold it in place, and then I'll take it to my machine and just sew along that line with about 0.5 inches of allowance. So remember that about 0.5 inches was taken out from the center back of the top when I was drafting. So I took that out for a center gap space so that when I lace my corset, everything sits properly. So when you're joining the top to the skirt, you take note of that so you don't start wondering where you have excess allowance from. Now, after joining the top to the skirt, I almost forgot to attach my boning. So I had not inserted my boning yet. So before I insert my boning, I like to melt the edge so that it doesn't poke me when I put it on. So I just melted a little there, and then I inserted it about ½ inch shorter than the space I have. So I'm just going to melt this other edge again and fully insert it, making sure I have ½ inch of allowance to sew because I cannot sew on this boning. So the boning has to be shorter than the boning case so that I have a little to sew. Now I've inserted all the boning to the boning case, and I'm going to go ahead and finish up the back. So I'll attach my zipper at the center back of the skirt. So the zipper is going to go from the waist to about 8 or 9 inches below the waist. So my waist to hip is 8 inches. I like to stop where my hip stops or a little below the hip, which is 9 inches. And then I'll go ahead and close the rest of the center back. I'm going to have a slit, so I'm going to close it to my knee line, to where my knee stops, or where my knee starts rather. After sewing that, you can see how it's looking already. I went further to use a bias to make ropes that I'll use to lace the corset. That's the center back of the dress. So this is what I have. I don't have any particular measurements for the length. Just do it as long as you want or as long as you wish, and this is how mine turned out. So I'm just trying to lace the corset here, and you can see the rest of the center back. See where I sewed and stopped. So this is where my slit starts from, and then I went on to iron the rest of the fabric inwards. I used my hemming gum to just seal it, and then for the ends, I've also ironed the fold that I want to use to hem the ends. So I'm just folding the end of the fabric twice on itself, basically. Now coming back to the front, let me just show you how I properly did this bow. Now you're just going to make sure that your bow is at the center of the skirt. So you measure the two sides. Mine is about 10 inches on both sides. And then I'll use a thread. So I just used a normal sewing thread. I doubled it, and then I just use it to wrap around the center of this fabric just multiple times so that it can be firm and secure. And after that, I secured the thread with a knot, and that was all. Nothing much there. Now for the final step, I went on to use some beads to design this extra fabric on top here around the skirt, and also for the neckline, around the wavy neckline there, I just put some beads around there. So beading is not the easiest thing to do. I don't know how beaders do it, but this was what I was able to do. Maybe I'll continue anytime I'm free or anytime I have the strength. So this is how I hemmed the edges. This is the back. This is how everything turned out looking. You can see how the modesty panel is covering the center back and sitting pretty inside. And I went on to pair the dress with this beautiful top that I made. This is just a basic top. I don't have a tutorial for this. It's a long sleeve turtleneck, and I used just 1.5 yards of lace fabric to achieve this. So I paired this because I did not want to wear it like that, and it came out looking so beautiful. You can see the outcome on me. I really hope you get to try this tutorial out, and drop your comments if you have any questions or any consent, and I'll be happy to respond. So this is everything for this video. Thank you so much for watching up to this point. Please do well to like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.